the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But
let's go ahead and listen to the U.S. Attorney for New York.
My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today, I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
Mase's recent revelations about Diddy have stirred significant controversy and raised serious questions about the practices within Bad Boy Records.
Listen, I was like, this ain't no goddamn way. This is my natural. I don't need to be ashamed of what the you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it to Toronto and Atlanta.
Think about this. I went through every step on how to deal with it. Every step on how to deal with it. Biblically. I dealt with it biblically. That's why I felt aggressive about it. I felt like I did not have to change my strong approach. Because number one, I went to him as a brother when things were not right. Secondly, I went to him with a witness that was riding jerseys. Like the Bible says, if you don't get it right with him, go back to him with a witness. I did that. The third thing it tells us to do is go to the church. Bring it before the elders. I reached out to his bishop. His bishop declined to mediate the situation. So I just went to step number 4, which is mark him as a publican and have nothing to do with him. And that's what I did lyrically. And that's what you guys have a problem with. So everything now that we see playing out was all the things I escaped.
The leaked footage reveals a disturbing narrative of manipulation, exploitation, and troubling behaviors that paint a grim picture of the music industry during the late 90s and early 2000s.
Hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
Mase, one of Diddy's biggest stars, has been vocal about the shady business practices he experienced under Diddy's management. He claims that Diddy set him up to be killed on the day Biggie was shot, which is a chilling accusation that suggests a level of betrayal within the close-knit circle of artists.
I was so mesmerized, I don't even know what you're talking about. I was just so blown away by the stamina, the connection, being able to be connected that long with so much. We had so much mother linking all this shit, all those dance numbers and all that.
Take your time with it, breathe it in. Yeah, they yours when you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else but you. You take your time, boy. I see you. Like doing how the you in the kitchen eating all my cereal. Man, you doing babies in a pink suit. God is the greatest. Won't he do it? Won't he will? Won't he will? Won't he will?
Mase recounts how he was saved by Diddy's mother during this critical moment, indicating that family ties may have played a role in his survival. This incident raises questions about the dynamics of loyalty and protection within the label. The allegations extend beyond personal safety. Mase argues that Diddy exploited him financially. He reflects on how he was kept in the dark about the music business, leading to substantial financial losses.
Yes! What's next?
Mase asserts that he received minimal compensation for his contributions to songs that became massive hits, highlighting a systemic issue where artists are often taken advantage of by those in power.
You felt or did you do that? Because you said felt, like
okay,
feeling.
let's clear that up then.
You saying you feeling that?
No, we're gonna keep it with, because I'm trying to be nice.
Mase describes an environment where manipulation was rampant. He alleges that Diddy would create situations designed to maintain control over his artists. including isolating them from others in the industry. This tactic not only kept Mase from learning about the business, but also fostered an unhealthy dependency on Diddy. Mase's narrative underscores how many artists enter the industry without adequate knowledge or support, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation. The leaked footage also touches on disturbing behaviors associated with Diddy's lifestyle. Mase describes witnessing various sexual practices and drug use among Diddy and his associates.
I'm from Cali on the beach, man. Venice Beach. Venice Beach. Yeah. That's a printer. Give a shout out. That's a printer. Can we get a shout out?
So, like, we here to try to raise money for these, mosquito bed nets. So if you don't understand, just imagine living in Africa and your little infant child just gets bit by a mosquito and he dies. We're doing a charity this year, and I'm glad to attach with my boys' charity, and we're gonna do it every year with another charity. So thank y'all very much for coming. So let's party.
These revelations suggest a culture where excess and debauchery were normalized, raising ethical questions about the environment in which these young artists were expected to thrive. Mase's grievances highlight a broader issue of financial exploitation within the music industry. He emphasizes how many artists, including himself, learned about their contracts only after signing them, often discovering they were receiving only a fraction of what they were owed. This lack of transparency is alarming and reflects a systemic problem where artists are usually left without guidance or support.
What I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So that this thing that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here, nigga. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, they did work with you, they go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything. And to anybody, is that gonna bother you?
The conversation expands to include other artists who have had similar experiences under Diddy's management. The narrative suggests a culture of secrecy and intimidation, where artists felt compelled to remain silent about their experiences for fear of repercussions. Mase's story serves as a cautionary tale for aspiring musicians who may not fully understand the implications of their contracts or the power dynamics at play.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Right? Yeah, it's gonna be yours. LA's a little dusty, you know. Go get the front shot.
Man.
Minute.
Diddy's silence in response to these allegations has also drawn scrutiny. Observers note that he has not publicly denied any specific claims made by Mase or others who have come forward with similar stories. This lack of denial raises further questions about what might be revealed if more artists choose to speak out.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
As more details emerge from Mase's revelations, it becomes increasingly clear that these narratives are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger conversation about accountability in the music industry. The troubling practices associated with Bad Boy Records have prompted calls for greater transparency and support for emerging artists.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying?
but it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest songs in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen.
The implications of Mase's revelations extend beyond personal grievances. They reflect broader cultural issues within the music industry. The normalization of exploitation and manipulation raises ethical questions about how artists are treated and supported in their careers.
Supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash.
Mase's story is emblematic of a system that often prioritizes profit over people, leading to devastating consequences for those involved. Moreover, Mase's narrative sheds light on how young artists are often thrust into environments where they are expected to navigate complex dynamics without adequate support or guidance. This lack of mentorship can lead to harmful situations where artists are exploited both financially and emotionally.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna. If we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even.
Mase's leaked footage powerfully reminds us of the darker side of fame and success in the music industry. As discussions around accountability gain traction, there is an urgent need for reform in how labels and management teams treat artists. The music industry must prioritize transparency and support for emerging talent to prevent further exploitation. In conclusion, Mase's revelations about Diddy and Bad Boy Records highlight significant issues within the music industry regarding manipulation, exploitation, and lack of accountability. These narratives serve as crucial reminders of the need for systemic change to protect artists from predatory practices, while fostering an environment where creativity can thrive without fear or intimidation. As more voices join this conversation, it is essential to advocate for greater awareness and support for those navigating this challenging landscape.